Welcome back to our next Tuesday talk. Today we're going to be going over just a recap of what I've been thinking about for the past couple of weeks. And I couldn't put it into words, and all of a sudden it hit me actually this morning. And right now, in the state that we're in, we always find ways to either feel sorry for ourselves or to feel lost, to feel confused, to be envious of others, to blame our situations on others. We do that all the time. And in the midst of chaos, for some reason, certain people still rise to the top. They're still the cream and still come up above. And a lot of times for me, I would always say that's wealthy people or the rich people stay rich. But I realized there's three things that make that true. And that's IPA. I created IPA for myself because I remember things through acronyms. So IPA stands for being informed, making the plan, and then attacking the plan. IPA. So when I say the rich stay rich, it's really informed people attack their plan. And I realized for me, that's what I wasn't doing, and that's where I was losing the battle. Was I being up to date on current affairs? Was I being up to date on current business trends? Was I paying attention currently for myself and self-care? Was I paying attention to family needs? Was I doing any of these things? And then now once I got all the information, did I make a plan of how to handle these things? Was I aware of what I could implement to do better for myself and the people around me that I affected day in and day out? And once I did have that plan, did I attack off of it? And when you attack and make moves and position yourself, then you capitalize. Because America is built off capitalism. And capitalism for you doesn't have to be financial gain. It can be spiritual gain. It can be emotional gain. It can be mental growth. It can be personal growth. It can be financial. It can be long-term wealth. It can be a better way of life. It can be better health. But if you're not making a plan, if you're not strategically positioning yourself, then you can never capitalize. If you can never capitalize, you can never get the type of wealth that you're looking for. And I realized that for me was my biggest problem. Instead, it created envy, it created jealousy, and it created desperation. Because I was like, what can I do? I can't do anything. I'm just dealt this hand of life and there's nothing I can do about it. But before any wealthy person became wealthy, before any wealthy family kept that in their legacy, they had to change whatever legacy they did have as an individual and take a stand. And they had to become informed. They had to create a plan of attack. And then they had to actually attack. And then they could capitalize however they wanted to. And after they created the plan, they became creative within the plan. They became able to do things differently and move differently and better and smoothly because they actually did have a plan and a direction. To me, when I listen to a lot of podcasts and when I'm reading a lot of books, what it's telling me is that you have to have a plan first. And then that gives you the direction and where to go. And then you're not lost. It's just that simple of what you want to do. If you don't want to be lost and confused, sit down and say, hey, where am I at right now? And where do I want to be a year later? That's when they're talking about creating a plan or creating vision boards. That's all it does. It gives people direction and where they want to go with their family. And that's why you start reaching your goals and reaching where you want to be, is because you actually know what those goals are. You actually see the path that you want to leave down and what roads you want to head down. And that's where I think a lot of us miss that boat, is we don't even know what we want to do. We just let life happen around us. Right now, during this time of the coronavirus, instead of sitting up here being woe is us and woe is a society, there's certain people in life and certain people around you that are strategically positioning themselves to be in a better situation. Meaning, let's say you haven't caught up on sleep, and right now you're out of work for a week. But instead of getting ready for yourself for a new year and what can happen after the virus, you're just in a lot of dismay. You're wondering, what can I do differently? But what happens if you took time and you created a sleep schedule to help you better plan as you came back into your work life? But instead, we kind of freeze in the middle of the storm and we become chaos itself, instead of allowing chaos to happen around us and us create our own path. And that's all through just following IPA, being informed, having a plan, attacking the plan, and then you capitalize. It doesn't have to just be financial capitalization. It doesn't have to be possession. It can be literally just being a better you. Capitalize on being the best you that you can be. And for me, that's what it's about for me. Now, how you do that, if that's through financial gain, how you do that, if that's through your family being more stable, if that's what your main concern is, then guess what? That's the path that you're supposed to lead. But if you don't start, if you don't create a beginning, then your ending is never seen. And to me, the worst thing in the world is never seeing an end to chaos. We know that we're going to get through this because we're a strong society and a strong culture. But in order to be that, you have to have strong people. Don't you want to be one of those strong people? So remember, be informed, make a plan once you're informed, and then attack the plan. That's the key, the follow through. In business, they talk about it all the time. There's a lot of people who are educated and smart, but they never follow through the plan. So since they never attacked, they never get where they want to be, and then you never capitalize. So let's do what we do best. Let's capitalize. Thank you for following me on Flip Culture TV. Thank you for looking at my Instagram page, True Visionary XIV, and my Snapchat, LRay84, username True Visionary XIV. Y'all have a good one. Thank you.